someone. Yeah, one thing to hold a grudge over one mistake. Oh, one mistake isn't much to make. It's one mistake, and you're sorry, you're so sorry. But it's just the calm before the storm. Someday the clouds will break so that the sun can shine. Well, ain't it something to be in love with someone?
Hey everybody, how you doing? Steve Stockton here on a chilly afternoon in New England. It's kind of bright outside, as you can see over here. I can't see which way I'm pointing because I'm looking at the YouTube and not over this way. I'll get it right in a minute. But it is actually overcast out there. No snow yet, as I've got on the background there, but that's coming up. Supposed to, I think, late Friday, maybe Saturday and Sunday. Supposed to get snow here in our part of New England, excuse me. So everybody got your coffee ready? I've got, what have I got today? This is raspberry coconut, something or other from Dunkin' Donuts. Midnight hot with 3 raspberry shots, 3 coconut shots, and 3 cream. So coconut raspberry hot coffee from my friends at Dunkin'. Unsolicited endorsement. Dunkin', if you want to talk, though, let's make a deal. My official favorite coffee. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Hope you made it through the new year intact. We had a good one. We had a nice, quiet, sedate new year. We, as the ball fell, we kissed passionately and then watched a little bit more. That was the most lackluster New Year's Eve show. I'm used to New Year's Rockin' Eve with Dick Clark. You know, that's all long gone now, but it wasn't quite the same. Let's go through the chat and see who we got here with us. Oh, and New Year's Day, did you eat your black-eyed peas, collard greens, hog jowl? Call it hog jaw down south, but it's jowl. Let's see here. We got Blaze. How you doing? Hello from the both of us. Who else we got here? Cowgirl Hazel. Meep, how you doing? Got your coffee and your cats ready to chill and listen. Tell your cats Steve says hi. Ted Branston is here. How you doing? Working but listening in the background. Working. You should be taking it easy there, Ted. Good to have you with us. Hey, Sandy Sizemore, how you doing? Hope you had a new year. Had a good new year, rather. Not a new year, a good new year. Dimensional Horse, how you doing? And Melissa's here. Been a while, yeah, since I'm saying, oh, I'm sorry you're feeling not well and that your son is not feeling good either. Thoughts and prayers to the both of you. Hope you get well soon. Yeah, continuing on here, let's see who else we got here. Gory Tiger, hey, buddy, what's up? Good to see you. Carla Washington made it today. Hey, how you doing? Going kind of late today. We had some things we had to do and then get back in here, but anytime is coffee time. Coffee is life. But still, even with coffee, drink it responsibly. Don't drink too much or too little. Just enough. Daniel Belcher, fellow New Englander, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Sashi Bell is here. How you doing, Sashi? Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a new year. Hope everybody here had a good new year. And RK is here. Go back. Vixen Doe is here. Another New Englander. Are you kidding me? Hey, Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks for being here. Olivia Taylor's here. Thanks for joining us. She's wishing everybody a Happy New Year too. Chris Van Poole, how you doing? Good to see you as always. And AK, did I already say hi? No, I didn't. I said that was RK. These two letter names confuse me sometimes. But AH is here from Victorville, California. Beautiful part of the state. And there's my lovely wife, Nicole. I didn't know she was in the chat. I would have said hi to her first. But hey there, sweetheart. I love you. And First Floor Audio is here. He's going to join us for a little bit here in the stream. Lee's a very good friend of mine. That's his track you heard right there that I opened the show with. I'm kind of stuck on that one right now. It's called The Calm Before the Storm. That's all Lee, all the writing, the composing, the singing, the whole thing. He's going to pop in a little later and say hello to everybody. Maybe he'll even favor us with a tune. He's got to get the mothership, as he called it, fired up there. And Alligator Horse, boring old black coffee. Hey, there's nothing wrong with black coffee. A lot of times that's what I want. And I've gotten more in the habit of doing the flavored shots and the. I used to, I wouldn't drink it any other way but black. But since I moved here, I've been drinking it that way more often. And I'm drinking a lot more iced coffee too. That's a New England thing. They drink it year round. And I'm enough of a Southerner that I want hot coffee, especially first thing in the morning and in the evening. It's good too. But I've been doing the iced coffee. I had one New Year's Day. Who else got here? Steph Williams, how you doing? Good to see you. 5-0 Mike. Should start at 6 a.m. So you've made it to diet, do you? Well, then drive safe out there, Mike. We appreciate what you're doing there. And that picture you sent me on Messenger of your office, which was the view out your windshield. That was gorgeous there in the Ozarks. Beautiful, beautiful place down there. Let's see. K-Drama 59. Hey, Happy New Year to you too. Welcome in. Lisa Lou 212 is here from wet and windy Warwickshire, Old England. From Old England to here, New England and back. Thank you for joining us. Hey, there's Joanne Yoda Girl 13. Happy New Year, lurking and listening. Ain't nothing wrong with that. However you want to play it. Ian W.C. Jacobs. Hey, hello from South Africa. A lot of different countries represented here. And that's actually another continent. So thank you for joining us. Here our little coffee show. Said I've run a little late tonight, but had a lot to do this morning. Hard to get up out of a nice warm bed and get going. But I was up about 5 o'clock taking Mulder out. And just, I think I went back to bed for about half an hour. Got up and got ready, did what we had to do. Be the Arrow, how you doing? Good to see you. I see you often over on Lee G's channel. And speak of the devil, and the devil appears. Here he is, the man himself, Lee G, First Floor Audio. How you doing, Lee? Can't hear you, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
There you are.
All right, mate. Well, I had problems with my sound last night, didn't I?
Yeah, we watched your show last night. I wasn't on camera with you last night, but I was watching and lurking while we were having dinner. But thanks for joining us here.
It's not worrying, mate. Yeah,
I was
right.
telling the people here you're a multi-instrumentalist, a true musical savant, composes, writes, plays every instrument. Self-taught, can't read a note of music, but he's amazing.
I'm pretty useless, really.
We love your
you want
music.
it sung, I'll play it.
You've got some good earworms there. There you go. There you go. Lee G, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
He's going to be the Paul Schaefer to my David Letterman here.
Yeah, that's me, mate. How
Well, did you have a good New Year, Lee?
It was fabulous, mate. Yeah, good Christmas, good New Year. Yeah.
Yeah, nice I like the photo you posted with the fireworks behind you and the thumbs up there.
Yeah, yeah. I snuck out to see some fireworks. You know, why not?
A lot of people saying hi to you here, Lee.
Hello, everybody.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
A couple of people.
Are you kidding me? All right. How you doing?
Lisa Lou,
hello, Lisa.
From Warwickshire, hello. UK. Is that close to where you are?
Warwickshire? No, Warwickshire's quite a way away from me. Although in American terms, it's just down the road.
Yeah. Chris Van Pool saying hi to you. Glad to have you here. We enjoy hearing your
Hi,
music
Chris.
over here in the videos. And the only other music that we use in most of our videos, other than Lee, we use Kevin MacLeod night music. And it's
Yeah.
only because Lee hadn't come up with a fitting replacement yet, but he's working on it, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Blame me.
Oh, I can already showed that one there. We'll
But
see.
you've got a few tracks, mate.
There we go. Just sub to Lee. Do old Stevie a favor.
Oh,
Go
thank
over
you
and
very
sub to
much.
Lee.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him over that 1,300 hump. And I don't see how the man doesn't have a million subscribers. His music is that good. And
It's niche,
even
isn't
though
it?
the
It's
cover
niche.
versions that he does on Saturday night, he recreates those from scratch. There's no samples or anything over there. He makes each individual sound.
They're not karaoke
No,
tracks. Let's
not
put it
at
that way.
all.
I don't download them as tracks already built. Because it's easier for me to get used to the song as well. So you learn a lot more by
Yeah. Plus,
stripping it
that way
apart,
it's in your key and you don't have to worry
rebuild it.
about all
It's in
that.
my yeah. I rebuild it. I'll rebuild it in the key it's in, so I can copy it, relatively exactly the same. But then I just detune it to my key.
Do an
Yeah.
amazing job. And I know myself and Nicole and a lot of people that frequent your channel, we think that your covers are better than the original in most cases, in all cases,
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
sweet of you to say. Of course, I wouldn't. I'm never going to say that, but it's sweet when people say it. It's nice.
But
I'm not
Nicole and
gonna
I were
not gonna
talking
cry
about
about a
that
comment, am I?
earlier today while we were out. We were listening and she had some Depeche Mode on her playlist. And she's like, Lee does this song better. And I agree. So,
I don't know. I suppose Dave Gahan likes his drink and his other things, doesn't he? So he might have wrecked his vocals just a
probably
little bit.
so. But as far as, especially with an 80s or a new wave vibe, you can't beat even Lee's original tracks, and you can't beat his covers
Yeah,
either.
they're
If you like
very well.
a synth
I am
wave, new
very
wave, I love it.
new wave. Yeah, new wave sort of attitude. Really, my main thing would be new wave rock. If I was going to new
Yeah,
wave digital, I always define myself as new wave digital rock.
kind of a Kraftwerk, Gary Newman, um,
Depeche Mode, obviously.
yeah, Depeche Mode, which we
You know,
talked about.
but
Um,
then Tears for Fears and
yeah,
Flock of Seagulls, all
all
that
the
sort of
good ones.
and all that sort of nutty stuff. Yeah, yeah, man. Why not though?
Well, and then Lee and I've got another show that we're going to do together coming up sometime soon, so as we can get all the everything vectors lined up. It's called From Beyond. It's going to be a talk show, kind of like what we're doing now, except we're going to have a guest. We're going to talk about the paranormal, the supernatural, all things odd, strange, and curious. And Lee was on my radio show a couple of weeks ago talking about some of his experiences from childhood. Lee's got some creepy stories of his own.
Into adulthood, they
Yeah.
span
So go
my
over
whole
and check that
existence,
out.
really, don't they?
It's on the Clyde Lewis Radio Network. Everything out there. There's a link in the description, and maybe one of the mods will drop a link for it
And
here now.
I think that's yours and myself's link to the high strangeness is the
Yeah.
fact you've had many cases of it. I've had many cases of it.
Yeah. And like you, mine started in early childhood and
Yeah,
just continued on.
and like I said, I don't really go anywhere promoting it or going on about it. I'm not that sort of guy. It's not the kind of guy I am. Yeah, but it's
That
interesting
is
stuff.
the kind of guy you're.
So
Fascinating.
yeah,
Fascinating.
yeah. I just find it all really intriguing. But then again, I'm into anything that's a bit nuts.
Yeah. And that's From Beyond. That's what we got. That covers
There
a
you go.
lot of ground.
It does
You
indeed. Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You name it, we're going to have people on to talk about it. Experiencers, paranormalists, people that investigate and research this sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd
So,
be so interesting. So much fun.
and you can go sign up for the channel now. There's no content over there yet. We've got about, I think, excuse me, last count about 3,500 subscribers. Sorry, my coffee went down the wrong way. But we're going to be kicking that off soon. So go ahead and sign up, and let's see how much we can get, how many subscribers we can get with no content yet.
Yeah, that shows you. That shows you my
Oh,
interest. Not
there's
only that,
these-
look
some
at the
of these
UFO
aliens there.
behind me. Look.
Yeah, he built that by hand. And then got Ton on the screen there, and then behind him is Aliant. Did I say that right?
Aliant, yeah.
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 But,
One I made many years ago, which is the little wooden one that's in the cup or
yeah.
in the mug.
You
And
rearranged him the other night, Tuesday night. He looked like he was being tased or something. He had his head all
hey,
thrown back.
yeah, well, I've got Tun's hand actually on that. Let me put the light on a sec.
Hey there, time to wake up. How you doing? Well, he's showing off his handiwork. I think
You
the
can,
man makes this
you,
kind of. I,
you can see it a bit better now. Look,
yeah,
crazy.
love it. Well, yeah, I hate to put you on the spot. Not really, but I will anyway. Um, would
You
you
just
favor
don't
us
care,
with
dear.
one of your original songs? Just maybe a little piano, something, or whatever. I don't know if you've got anything prepared there. Not. I asked him like less than an hour
Not
before
so
we
much
went
got anything
live to come in.
prepared, but you know me, mate. I'll jump into it, whatever.
Here we go,
Should I,
folks. A little live. Lee G going to tickle the ivories for us, or whatever he's doing there. All yours, Lee. Take it away.
fortify my position? I'm digging in for the long haul, and I've never been good at quitting, 'cause I've always seen the positive side. I can't give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. Your love for life is in remission. Your tired heart feels the strain, and I've never been good at quitting, but it's hard to see the positive side. I can't give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. Give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. I can't give my approval, just step aside and watch you destroy your life. I can only offer comfort day and night, if that's alright. Fortify my position. I'm digging in for the long haul.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lee G, give it up for him, and go drop a sub over there. You won't be disappointed. Lee, thank you for that stirring rendition of one of my favorite tunes of yours, "Comfort Day and Night." Wrote it,
Cheers, mate.
performed it, did all the instrumentation, everything on the
There is a
other
full
version.
version of it.
Yeah, there's a
Harmonies,
full version.
the whole shebang. You know,
Yeah,
guitar in
that's
it and all
the
sorts.
just the quick piano version. And, not a clunker in the bunch there. Masterfully played there, Lee. Telling you,
Yeah,
this guy is phenomenal.
I
That's
plonk away with it. I mean, I get away with it. I mean, yeah, good and I. Cheers, mate.
Yep. I thought I'd just bring you in, introduce you to the audience here a little bit because they hear your music all the time and they see your name in the credits of our videos. Well, this is the guy that you've been hearing. And here lately, for the
Whoa.
past couple of weeks anyway, I've been opening the show with Calm Before the Storm. That's this man right here as
I
well.
have written a lot of music. There's over 200 tracks that I've got. Not all of them on YouTube, but I've just exported another 30 records from the Night Rider shows. In the past 3 shows, I rendered out 10 at a time on the actual live on the show. I've got still more to go.
Yeah, and that's amazing to watch him work over there on Tuesday nights. He does Night Rider, and he writes a song from beginning to end. Just in, I think you said the fastest you'd ever done one was about 20 minutes, and then
Yeah,
the longest
20
was
minutes.
about 2 hours. That's incredible. I could sit here for 2 weeks and couldn't do a tenth of what you do.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really think about it, mate. I've been doing it so long. I think I just
It's just
I
it's second
could
nature
write, I
to
could
it,
write
and you're
a track on the spot right now, and it wouldn't really phase me, really. You know?
yeah,
It's not being big-headed. It's just I just do
just
it
the
all
way it
time.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's second nature, like you with writing, really.
yeah. I don't even have to think about it anymore.
There you
I've
go.
written 20
It just
books, and
flows. There you go.
one of those that I co-authored with Cisco Murdoch, but the rest I've got probably that many more that I'm working on here and there. That's how I work best. I don't concentrate on just one thing. I've got at least 6 projects going on at a
Yeah.
time. So that way
Well,
there's no
same as myself.
writer's block
6
or anything.
projects all at once,
Yeah, go to
multitasking all
something
the
else
time.
if I get stuck somewhere.
Yeah, you can't help it, mate. If you've got that sort of mind, you know, creative mind,
Yeah,
you're
it just
constantly
is.
either
I mean,
thinking about it or doing it.
if nobody read it, I'd still write just for myself because I can't not do it. You know, this is part of me. I've written since I was old enough to write.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But whereas me, I started playing keyboard when I was like just before I was 18. I bought a tiny little MIDI keyboard, and all I did for years was just play keyboards. And then a friend come along, and I had a couple of accidents. So I got some money for it. I went and bought a synthesizer that was a 8-track sequencer. Learned how to sequence tracks on that, and then break tracks down, you know, and write on that. So I started
just
writing my own
entirely
tunes.
self-taught. That's amazing.
Yeah, entirely. I actually watched my friend record one of her albums for us, obviously all directed by myself and my other partner that is no longer with us. And watching him do it, I thought to myself, I reckon I could do that. And then got hold of a DAW program, which is a digital audio workstation, and started just doing my own. And that's what Turning Point, the album, is, which is on my channel. Turning Point, that is the first real mix of an album that I did. And that's it's kind of
And
epic.
you've got
really. That's my
quite the
first
studio
proper
there.
studio.
I'm jealous of your setup there. Look at all that.
It is a bit of a setup. It is. Let's have a look.
And,
There, you can see a couple of things. So my sound card's over there with my computer. You can see all the massive wires, but basically there's about 60 wires in this whole studio.
that's the way it looks under my desk. It's a rat's nest of wires down there.
Well, you can't odds it, especially with music. I mean, it's even worse. And that's not the only one, because obviously I've got a mixing desk over there, a PA there. That's my guitar rig. There's two big speakers there. I've actually got bass bins to go with them, and they're another 2,000 watts. But underneath here, there's another sound card there that feeds from my laptop to that. So that's where I get all the music from when I play the backing tracks. Obviously, you've got lighting and stuff, and over there is a booth. It's my recording booth over there. Those doors over there, concertina. So that's 2 doors with a hinge between, and that folds out to there. And over the back there's a door, and that door closes into that box and boxes it entirely off. It's nuts. All purpose built, really.
Yeah,
And then out
amazing.
there I've got a little chill zone where I've got some lazy boy chairs and stuff, you know.
You got your whole setup there. That's kind of your man cave, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the mothership.
The
I
mothership.
call it
Yeah.
the mothership. Yeah, but yeah, First for Audio Mothership. That's what it should be called.
Wonderful. Well, again, Lee, we appreciate you coming on and
No
displaying your
worries.
talents there for the people. You want to play us another tune, and then I'm going to read some out of one of my books
Well,
there.
you crack on, mate. I don't mind playing another one if you really want, but
Yeah, please do. Just pick something of yours, another original there.
you'd rather
And,
it be something original of mine, yeah.
Yeah, don't want to get a copyright claim.
It's only a claim. It does nothing. You still share the revenue. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
So I'll
once
play.
again,
I'll play an instrumental then, my real popular one.
okay. Once again, Lee G. You can catch him on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights over on his channel, First Floor Audio. Do me a favor and go over there and subscribe to him. I appreciate it. Let him get set up here, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to read a couple of stories to you out of Strange Things in the Woods. This is a great way to enjoy coffee with one another. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The Artifact. That's another one of my favorite compositions from Lee. All original there. That's amazing, Lee. Thank you for. I was hoping that. I didn't want to ask you to play that one, but you read my mind.
No, I don't mind playing that one. Same as when I play that Floyd thing. I don't mind picking up the guitar to do that because
Yeah.
it's just fun, and
Yeah, and that
just
one,
a nice
it
piece of music.
sounds similar, but it's different every time you play it. I appreciate that about it.
Yeah, well, that's what the Floyd thing is because it's a practice piece, you know. Not this one, obviously. This one is the way it is, but that Floyd thing is about me practicing, using guitar, using it as a practice piece from a guitar. But it always comes out. There's always that one bit that's always the same, if you notice.
Yep.
There's a couple of bits that always remain the same, but either side of that, it's always just different interpretation because it's different techniques and stuff like that to muck around with, you know.
Wow.
Like I said, I'm no professional, so for me, it's all everything's an experiment for
Yes,
me.
you're naturally talented. Again, a true musical savant. I believe that with all my heart.
Ah, it's nice.
But
Cheers,
I
mate.
hope just giving you this little taste of Lee G and First Floor Audio will encourage you to go over and join his or subscribe to his channel and join
Oh,
us
I'd
over there.
appreciate the subscribers. You know what it's
Yeah.
like, guys. Trying to build a channel, especially for me, not being funny to a lot of other channels, but I'm a niche. When people go looking for music, they know what they're looking for. You search for the artist that you want to hear, be it Pink Floyd or whatever. You'll go looking for the artist you want and the record you want. Very rare anybody goes looking for an original artist writing their own tunes or anything like that. People look for ghosts, people look for UFOs, people look for stories. They don't look for some guy hanging about in his studio writing his own stuff. So it's really hard for people to get.
Sometimes it's those little hidden gems like you are that just, wow, you find. I mean, the first time I came over and watched you, I was just blown away. And I've been a subscriber, a channel member. I appear on camera a lot of times with Lee just for comic relief on Thursday nights,
Yeah,
Radio 1FA, back to back
Ian
original
Stevens, and
tracks.
oddly enough,
Yeah, he's Oddly, and then Stephen Hughes, the chairnator, and I go over. We're the even Stevens, and we like to give him a hard time, but it's all in good fun. I love
I got
Lee.
I got big shoulders for a 5'3" guy. Right, I'll let you get on, mate.
All right.
And
Well, again, Lee, thanks for joining
you
us. We
tell
will
your
see
stories.
you
Nah, not a
tomorrow
problem.
night
Yeah,
over on First Floor Audio for Radio 1FA. Original tracks
I'll
back to
sit in the
backs.
back so I can hear the thing rather than doing it on YouTube as well. I'll just sit here, okay?
All right. Thanks, Lee.
No worries, buddy.
Give a
See you
round
in
of
a bit.
applause, everybody, for Lee G there, First
Cheers,
Floor
mate. Bye,
Audio.
everyone. Cheers.
All right. How about that? A little something different for you here on this coffee show. And somebody said, let me find it here. Ian W.C. Jacobs, it's 22:30. What's that? Military time, like 10:30 at night. I'm not good with numbers in South Africa right now. Maybe a little too late for a cup of coffee. Well, if you're caffeine sensitive, I wouldn't recommend it. But any time's a good time for coffee in my book. So maybe a nice iced tea or some ice water or something like that. But thanks for joining us all the way from South Africa there, Ian. And I hope you'll be a regular here. And then I thought I'd read a little story to you out of one of my books. Here, there's strange things in the woods. Now, this is much like Midnight Mailbox, the feature that I have on here. That'll eventually it's its own podcast on Spreaker, but it's your stories, the listener stories, listener submissions. These are stories that I collected from other people, from family, friends, family friends, and about 99% of these people have passed on because I started collecting these stories in my youth, and they live on in their stories. Let me read you one here that's, I know we have a lot of animal lovers in here, dog lovers in particular. This is called, this is chapter 47 out of Strange Things in the Woods. The Dog Who Wasn't There. And I've got to hold it down here so I can get enough light to see it. When I was a kid, we lived in the foothills of upstate New York. My brother, who is several years older than me, used to keep hunting dogs. I've always enjoyed forays into the wilderness and would occasionally hunt for raccoons or possum. He had one particular Moses. which he dearly loved. At around 3 years of age, Moses had become entangled in a barbed wire fence one day while my brother was at work, and the poor dog subsequently died from complications due to the injuries he suffered. My brother took the death of his favorite coon dog pretty hard, understandably so. He had erected a nice homemade headstone out behind my parents' barn where he had buried the dog. The dog was a very unique looking black, white, and tan coloration, and it wouldn't have been easy to confuse him with another. But a few weeks after Moses had been buried, he started showing up around our farm. Oddly enough, almost everyone in our immediate family had a paranormal encounter with a dog except my brother. There are many examples. One day, as my mom was hanging up the wash out by the same barn, she noticed the first sheet she'd hung was missing. A few minutes later, she saw a dog that looked exactly like Moses carrying it off into the woods and out of sight. Another time, my dad was out working in our garden. He looked up just in time to see Moses in profile as he disappeared around the corner of our house. Intrigued, my dad dropped the hoe he was using to weed the garden and immediately took off in a trot around the same corner of the house, only to be met by absolutely no dog of any kind, let alone the Phantom Moses. I, myself, had several encounters with the ghost dog, including some in which visual contact didn't happen. I would hear a dog sniffing and whining nearby our house. Sorry, the light's not good here. I would hear a dog sniffing and whining nearby our house or barn, but would then be unable to locate any such dog. I had several visual sightings too, and as always, it seemed to be just like everyone else at a particular time when Moses was sounding or rounding a corner or when he was just going out of sight. Another time, my brother's wife and young son had just arrived from a shopping trip, and they spotted Moses on the edge of the woods near the barn. My young nephew was so excited, he burst into the house exclaiming that Moses had returned. On further investigation, of course, no dog was found anywhere on our property. We moved to the south when I was a teenager, and the ghost of the dog didn't follow us those several hundred miles. However, I do often wonder if there's not some people living on a small farm in upstate New York who often spot a ghostly hunting dog just turning the corner and then being nowhere to be found. My family was always somewhat skeptical when it came to the paranormal or supernatural, but we accepted that somehow Moses continued to stay with us even after he had passed on from this physical world. Now, anybody here ever encounter a ghost dog or a ghost cat or a ghost animal of any kind? I've told a story about I went over to a friend's house and spent the night and slept in his spare bedroom. And during the night, I felt his cat jump up on the bed, cuddled up kind of behind my knees, and was purring. And the next morning, I got up and he was making breakfast for us. And I said, Paul, if you were looking for your cat last night, he spent the night in the spare room with me, curled up on the bed. He looked at me, kind of cracked a smile and said, Steve, that cat's been passed away for 3 years now. He said, but I experienced the same thing. I'll feel him brush up against my leg in the dark. I've felt him on the furniture. I've heard him purring. I think they do. Our pets especially, do live on. Then they do come back to visit, or maybe they hang around. Thought I'd share that little story with you. Let me see if I can find a short one here. Apologize for the lighting in here. I'm kind of stumbling through this. Let's see. Turn over here. That was the dog who wasn't there. Yeah, that was a little long. Yeah, here's one from a friend of mine. This one's not real scary. It's called Scratching at the Tent. Some friends from school and I had a strange experience years ago in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We were camping in one of the designated areas not too far from Klingman's Dome. In the middle of the night, we heard something large lumbering through the mountain forest. Whatever it came right up to our tent and was scratching like it was trying to get in. My friend Paul, now that's a different Paul, not the one with the cat, actually ended up cutting the back of the tent with his camp knife, and we dove out the back and ran off down the trail in the dark. Probably not the smartest move that could have been, but we were scared out of our wits. Looking back, I think, what if what if one of us had gotten hurt, for example? Paul was a rather large fellow, 6 feet 1 and easily 250 pounds, and there's no way my skinny self and the other friend camping with us, he was skinny too, could have carried him back down the mountain. When it was discussed later on, Paul mused we would have just had to leave him there to be eaten or whatever fate awaited if he'd broken a leg or an ankle that night. Comparing memories later on, we all agreed that at the time we could make out a large hulking shape that was wreaking havoc on our campsite. The black bears that are indigenous to the Smokies can get fairly large, 2 or 3 adult black bears. We've all hesitated to say it for fear of ridicule, but we are fairly certain it was a Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or similar creature. That night, we ran off down the trail and slept in our car. The next morning, we warily crept back to our former campsite, grabbed up as much as we could carry, and fled. I guess it kind of goes without saying that we never went camping in that particular area again. I've been all over the area many times since, but always in daylight. To me, there's just been too many strange disappearances over the years in the Smokies to take any chances after dark. Again, that's from my book, Strange Things in the Woods. If you enjoy tales like that, pick up a copy. It's on Amazon, or you can get it in my Etsy shop. I'll sign it, inscribe it, and send it to you. Put some free stickers in it. And also got over there right now, I've also got My Strange World, which is my own paranormal experiences, and the first 3 volumes of National Park Mysteries and Disappearances. Volume 1, the Great Smoky Mountains there. That's one of my favorite areas. I grew up in that area and had a lot of experiences. And it's not just disappearances in those. It's legends, Cherokee legends, ghost stories, strange things in the mountains there. And the other 2 books are part of California with Yosemite, Joshua Tree, and Mount Shasta. And then the other book, the 3rd one in that series, Pacific Northwest, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. And particularly in the California volume 2 of that, I talk about some of my own experiences. One at or near Joshua Tree, at the Joshua Tree in there, and possibly the spirit of Graham Parsons. So if you're a fan of Graham Parsons or those guys, then be sure and check that out. And again, take advantage of it on my Etsy shop. Let's see what Mulder's doing here. All right. The neighbors are being loud and Mulder's getting kind of upset. Well, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. But thanks again for joining me for a cup of coffee. And I hope you appreciated the music of Lee G. Hope you'll go over there and show him some love. Tell him Steve sent you. And I'll see you over there tomorrow night. I'll at least be in the chat, if not on camera. But thanks again for being here, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for joining me for a cup of coffee, kind of a late afternoon coffee this time. Trying to keep him from barking here. But let me bring him up here and let him say hi. Say hi. Oh, he's going to hide under the table. So Mulder says hi anyway. He's over here by my feet. All right, folks. Again, I'll see you. We got videos coming up soon. And then Friday evening, I'll be here with current missing person cases live. Thanks again. Thanks to Lee G. And thanks to all of you for being here and taking part. Hope you enjoyed your coffee or whatever you were having there. And have a good night and pleasant tomorrow. Till we meet again, take care of yourselves and each other. Stay safe out there. As for me, I'll see you a little further on down the trail. On behalf of Nicole and Mulder and myself, tell your animals we said hi. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. And then I'm going to have a Lee song play us out here. Thanks, everybody.